So now we've signed in to the Boozang test service, and now I will just demonstrate how to make the first basic test. So the first thing you would have done is that you have your test site, and in this case it's a WordPress e-commerce site. It's basically a very simple site, but it's enough to demonstrate the capacity of this tool. So what we've done is into the root we've dropped, according to the instructions on sign up, the BZ page. So this one will now prompt you for the login, but this login is actually the login to the cloud. And so when I actually log in here locally to my site, you're actually validating and logging in against the cloud. So if I now go over to open the cloud address, you will automatically be signed in here, right? Where you see your BC fragment, and you also have the project view. So let's begin by just opening and creating a new project. In this case, it's the fashion site. So usually I map the project name to map to the name of the site. So now I'm into fashion, and as you can see, the project has also been now created in my project folder here. In here, I will now create a module. A module would be something that would separate, for instance, different parts of the site, or look and feel test from, for instance, e-commerce tests. So I'm going to create the storefront module here that will test the storefront functionality. And this storefront module, I'm now free to start creating tests inside this module. So usually now you would have a very, very structured approach, perhaps following a requirement specification or something like this. In this case, I will just do a very, very very simple. It's a little glitch in the demo. I will do a very simple test, which is more like a discovery test. So it's going to be like shop items. So what I'm first going to demonstrate is the record functionality. And there is a lot to be said around the record from the settings up here. There's a lot of settings that we can set. But let's do the simplest case, running the default case of just trying to record and run some testing on the site. So the first thing I do is I'll put in the context of the site, and it's going to be a slash saying it's right there. And then I'm going to just go ahead and click the record button. And then I'm going to navigate into the page and just do a few actions that you would typically do in an e-commerce site, such as shopping a few things. And then going to the checkout and perhaps filling out my information. So now I can stop the recording, and now I could, let's say, this whole test now is just referenceable with this hyperlink. So you can open this hyperlink in any browser. But right now I'm just going to replay just what I did. And as you can see, it's running on the real site. So it's actually not going to have 2 in the cart, as you could see before. It has 4 in the cart. So it keeps running on top of the site. So it's running on the real site, doing the real user actions. So right now, to really see what we're doing, I can slow this down a little bit by adding a global delay. So let's just run it once again, and I can clear the cart now on the real site, and I could run it again. So if I do this, I can replay, and you can see how all the steps are being validated for success. So already within a few seconds, I've created a very basic e-commerce site test, which will be portable to any browser by copying this URL and also I can have other people collaborating and working with other people in this UI because it's totally cloud based. So this is the most simple use case of how the tool can be used. But after this, we'll go into more and more complicated things that you can do, more sophisticated things. So stay tuned and for more videos here.